What up, friends? Again. So, the first half of the live video, we lost. It's cool. The good stuff, the cooking, the action, that's what you see on my IGTV, and that's what you see on my page. But I'm just gonna go ahead and give a little introduction again, just because I feel like the very beginning was very important to what this is. And since we were outside filming, my phone overheated and we lost the first half of the video, but it's cool. I can recap right now. So welcome, Chong Eats. It was Instagram live, but it's not live anymore. We're recording, and I'm going to actually attach the recipes to this post on this video so we know what we're working with. So basically, this is ASAP's Chef's Challenge, and what it is, this morning, my wife and I, who is my film person, my director, my everything when it comes to behind the scenes. Her and I, we went to the market today, purchased a bunch of goodness from all the local farmers and the vendors to create this dish that we challenge you, myself, ASAP, Asheville City Markets are going to challenge you to replicate the same dish. It doesn't have to be the exact same ingredients. You can improvise, you know. If there's something that you prefer not to have or something that you're allergic to, you know, go ahead and substitute, improvise. That's what cooking is all about, is improvising and making it your own. But try to stay true to the recipe. You can switch up, you know, whatever we sauteed. Go ahead and make that for you, yourself, your loved ones, your family members, your homies down the street, your neighbors, whoever. Take a picture of your finished product, okay? And then tag myself, ASAP Connections, and Asheville City Markets, okay? Submit your photo by the 2nd of August. And then on Monday, August 3rd, when ASAP, my friends at ASAP get into the office, they'll go ahead and pick a winner. They'll announce it, and that winner will receive $40 gift certificate towards ASAP Market, which is on Saturdays between 9 a.m. and noon. And it's such a great market, you know. There's such beautiful produce, great friendly vendors, all local, all of our homies here in Western North Carolina, just sharing their passions, their love for us to bring home and cook a pretty simple meal for ourselves, loved ones, families, and whoever. Our animals, Zoe would love to have a bowl of this. So yeah, that's the challenge, okay? So go to the market Saturdays, the next 2 Saturdays, from 9 a.m. to noon. Pick out the ingredients that I've chosen for this composed dish, replicate it, take a photo, tag myself, ASAP Connections, Asheville City Markets. Wait till Monday, August 3rd. They'll pick a winner. They'll contact you. You get $40 market dollars. Go shopping, go wild, and yeah, enjoy local food, okay? So let me give you a rundown. First off, let me show you the finished bowl meal that we composed for today, okay? So we have jasmine rice, sweet and sour pork, okay? We switched it up a little. Sweet and sour pork, typically, you'll see bell peppers, onions, and pineapple, okay? Well, today, we got some bell peppers, some, I think they were like cipollini onions, some torpedo onions from the market, and instead of using pineapple, I went ahead and grabbed an Asian pear and some white peaches. I chose white peaches because I think they're sweeter and they hold their bite. They don't get mushy. I prefer them over yellow peaches, so that's what I chose. And we have sweet and sour pork, a very traditional American Cantonese dish right here, okay? Or we have some sauteed veggies. Just grabbed a bunch of veggies. We have purple daikon, shiitake mushrooms, yellow zucchini, some sweet choi, and some water spinach, okay? I just added some garlic and ginger. And then we grabbed some kimchi slaw from Sweet Brine that you can see underneath this beautiful quail egg that I grabbed from Lee's Fortune. Sunny side up, boom, done, okay? Ingredients. Let me run through them. Like I said, the good homies at Sweet Brine. This is their kimchi slaw. I love it. This is gut health right here, you know. This is, you know, I composed a dish that we got from the market, but this is typically how I eat. I eat a lot of kimchi in my diet because it's good for our gut. You know, people hashtag gut health all the time. And that's pretty much what kimchi is really good for you. So I like to eat it as much as possible. I eat a lot of kimchi with my eggs in the morning or with my rice at night for dinner or lunch. You know, it doesn't really matter. So go visit my homies at Sweet Brine. My favorite that they make is their daikon carrot. It is so fantastic. You can even put it in your omelet. You could even mix it in some ricotta cheese and put it over some bread, whatever you fancy, okay? Next up, we have some purple daikon that I got. Typically, this vegetable is white, and it's a little longer, and that's your traditional daikon. But this beautiful purple daikon, the friends at 10 Mile had this, so went ahead and grabbed that. Also from them, I grabbed this yellow zucchini, which I love. I love zucchini, but I just love the bright color of yellow zucchini. These are all things that are in the stir fry, okay? As well, we grabbed some onions from them, okay? Spring, cipollini, I believe some torpedoes were in there, but these are beautiful, beautiful onions. I just went ahead and quartered them. And this is the onions that we used for the sweet and sour pork, okay? Shiitake mushrooms for our homies from Asheville Fungi. Beautiful. I believe he had some oysters today and some shiitakes. Yeah, I like to use these. Sometimes I like to pickle them, you know, with some okra, but more of an olive oil base, and I'll put some crushed red peppers in there, and they're just fantastic, okay? I'll sear them first and then pickle them. And then, like I was talking about, these beautiful white peaches, as you can see from here, from our friends at 10 Mile as well, no, from Crestman Farm, okay? That's where we got these beautiful sweet, sweet, sweet white peaches, all right? Next up, okay, so these are the leafy greens that you're gonna get, that's gonna fill up your stir fry, okay? This was a sweet Choi. This is beautiful, you know, it snaps as a good bite. It's still young, it's perfect. It has a little liquid, so it'll add to the bite and, you know, add some, you know, liquid to your stir fry. I don't know if that's important to everyone, but it's important to me. This here, okay, friends, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I chose this on purpose because this is a childhood vegetable right here. This is what we call a bitter melon, okay? This is what it looks like on the outside. You cut it in half. This is what we have on the inside. You just scoop out the seeds because you don't want that. You scoop it out and then you cut it nice and thin, half moon. That's what I did. Let's see. I can't find a piece right now, but it's cool, but it's in the stir fry. This here is really, really bitter. Growing up, and I'm smiling and I'm cheesing because growing up I hated this so much. When it was on the dinner table, it was just, like I'm scratching my neck right now because I'm having anxiety thinking about it right now because it was just so bitter. I just understand why one would eat it, okay? But it's good, you know, acupuncturists also advise us to eat this. I'm sure there's some concentrated oil that we can use and whatever, but obviously eating it naturally is best. So yeah, growing up I would eat this in the soup. Or it would be braised in the soup, or my mom would go ahead and cut it real thin with some flank steak, with some fermented black beans, garlic, ginger, and make a stir fry. And you know, think back now, because my taste buds have grown, it's such a delicious vegetable. It's extremely bitter though, okay? So just be mindful. You can add a little honey, a little sugar, whatever you want, some sweetener to the stir fry if you want to take away from this. Last but not least, this beautiful, beautiful greens right here, okay? This is what we call water spinach, okay? Nice and leafy. It's a little older and tougher than what we know as spinach, okay? It's a water spinach, so you want to cook this just a little. Sometimes when I cook spinach, I just wilt it. I don't necessarily like saute it long. This one just goes a little longer. As you can see, the stems are really thick. It's kind of hollow, okay? After we cooked it, it holds a bite, but also because it's hollow, it holds all the flavor in the tube. So it's very interesting, and I believe it holds a lot of iron in here. So go ahead and grab you some of these. That's what we're working with, all the vegetables, okay? And I also grabbed some quail eggs because they're just so cute and beautiful. I always like adding an egg to my dish because I just love a yolky egg. So instead of just adding a regular egg, I decided to grab a quail egg. And as you can see, this dish here, we just made a sunny side up egg. We're good, okay? Aside from everything else that we got from the market, couple things that I did not get from the market: light soy, sesame oil, and ginger. That's it. And then I use this ginger June from Shanti, and I went ahead and added this to a little bit of the pork marinade, and I deglazed my pan with this. I chose ginger on purpose so the ginger flavor will come more forward. You could add anything. They actually had a pineapple turmeric one that probably would go well with the sweet and sour pork. But I just went ahead and show you that you can deglaze with anything. So I just chose this to support our local homies. Yeah, friends.
Everything came from the market this morning?
Yeah.
So like Lee's, One Fortune.
Yep.
10 Mile Farm.
Cressman Farm.
That's right. Dry Ridge.
Dry Ridge, Shanti, and
Asheville Fungi.
Olivet Farms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so all the good homies. This is it. This is the composed dish. Friends, you're going to want to make, submit it, tag myself, J. Chong Under Eats, ASAP Connections, Asheville City Markets. August 3rd, you have the flyest dish, you win $40. Yeah, rain's coming. All right, friends, I'm going to post this. Part 2 is actual cooking part, so it's cool. I'm just talking right now and introducing you again of what the challenge is and everything. Part 2 is the cooking to show you the technique so you can replicate it. Friends, this is exciting. It's a friendly competition. Please join. Support local farmers. Eat local. Treat yourself well. All right. Spread more knowledge and more love. Peace. Friends, live Insta. So my phone overheated in the sun, but we're back. So you didn't miss anything. All I did was I pulled this crispy pork out of the fryer. That's what we have. We're done, okay? So we're not going outside anymore. My phone won't melt. Myself and my wife won't melt anymore. But the last question was, can you substitute shrimp? Absolutely. And the good thing with shrimp, you don't actually have to fry. You can if you want. I would stay away from cooking it twice because shrimp, it cooks so fast and you don't want your shrimp to be chewy. So I would just go ahead and add it right now with the vegetables. Now I'll tell you at what point to add. So yeah, you can 100% add shrimp. And if you want to add like tofu and you don't want to fry it either, I would go ahead and add it at this point as well. Okay? So pork is nice and crispy. Ready to go, excuse me. Have the sauce, if you want to get a little closer, you can see that the sauce has thickened up, okay? The ginger, the star anise, the sugar, the vinegar has all come together in the ketchup, and it's thickened up and it's caramelized, okay? This is what we're looking for. I'm going to add these ingredients in right now, okay? Bells, onions, turn up my heat. Okay, I'm going to let the bells and the onions go first. Turn this baby up. Okay. All right. While we're getting that, in the meantime, we're going to go to the other pan. I'm just showing you this in 2 walks. Simultaneously because of time and filming. But you could go ahead and do this one, like you could finish the pork, plate it, go ahead and do your veggies, and you'll be good to go, okay? I'm just trying to be mindful of our time. I don't want to take up too much of people's time. And we're going to go ahead and saute veggies up in this wok right here. All right, as you can see, this liquid here, the sauce is getting much hotter, which is good because we want the onions and the bell peppers to cook down, okay? On to the next one. This next wok right here, sweet thing. Add some canola oil. Okay. We have our ginger, our garlic. Just you want to go ahead and just get all the ginger and the garlic nice and brown, okay? You don't want it to be dark. You want it to be golden brown where all the flavors come through, okay? You just want it to warm up so it has time to, you know, release all the flavors, all right? So it is looking like what we know as sweet and sour pork, okay? Looking good. It's nice and getting, I can tell because the onions are kind of falling apart, coming apart from each other, and they're starting to soften. So I'm going to go ahead and add the peaches and the Asian pears to this right now. Alright, got the wok going. I add my mushrooms.
We explain the different knife cuts between the ginger and the garlic.
Sure, absolutely. So basically, I went ahead and cut the ginger and the garlic. I didn't mince the garlic because I wanted to buy me some time because the wok is really hot, and I wanted to buy me some time. And with the, I know how hot the wok is, so the garlic does not get too burnt and black. And once the garlic becomes black, it's charred, it becomes bitter. So I just went ahead and took a clove and thinly sliced it. As well with the ginger, I went ahead and thinly sliced it and julienne them, okay? I went ahead and added the mushrooms first. Now I'm going to add the daikon and the bitter melon. As you can see, I just went ahead and cut these in, bigger julienne. Okay, cut the bitter melon in half, de-seeded it, and went ahead and just sliced them. Okay, half moons. Here we go. So as you see, the vegetables and the fruits are in the sauce talking with each other, okay? It's probably going on for 5 minutes. That's what you want. You want all the flavors to come together right now, okay? This is when the magic happens. All right? So this is where we want it. I'm not going to add the pork just yet because I don't want it to get soggy as we're cooking, moving on to the vegetables, okay? My garlic got a little dark, y'all. It's okay. What am I going to do right now? To slow down the temperature of my wok, I just turned it down. I'm also going to deglaze. Deglazing with Shanti's ginger June. Okay? Because it's so carbonated, I'm pulling my pan off of the heat. And I'm going with it. Okay? Ooh, I smell that ginger in there. It smells good. All right, so get all this goodness going. Go ahead, switch up to my spatula. Okay, turn the heat back up with this. Wait to get this up to a little boil or simmer. As you can see, that's what's happening in the middle. Good stuff. Add my yellow zucchini. And I'm actually going to add the stems to the sweet Choi and to the water spinach, but only because I know that these stems are going to take just a tad longer to cook than the leaves. Any questions right now? All right, I'm going to flavor it. So, 2 ingredients I'm going to use to flavor my simple Cantonese stir fry. Okay, canola oil, light soy. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 tablespoons, friends. To me, that's 2 times around the world. Around the world is around the world. Teaspoon of sesame oil, friends. Just a drop. Boom. Okay? As well, a little bit of salt. That's it. I added about a teaspoon of salt right there. Okay? Mix it all together. Incorporate it. Now I'm going to add the leafy stuff. And then we're done. So excited about this water spinach. Alright, so now this sauce has caramelized down to what I like. Okay, so Dee, we want to get a little closer. You want to see the caramelization. You see all that, this sugar right here caramelizing? That is where all the flavor is. It's cool. You see how the sauce is reduced down? Perfect. That's what we want, okay? I wanted to bring the sauce all the way down, reduce, to get more flavor. Now to loosen it up just a touch, I'm going to add a little bit of water, okay? I would say that was probably about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. See how it just loosened it up, but it's still nice and thick? Okay. You stir up these leafy greens.
All right, so you got all this stuff at the market this morning then again?
All the stuff at the market this morning. The only thing I did not grab at the market was the condiments like the soy, the sesame oil, and the ginger and the star anise. But you could go ahead and get that at the market just down the street. Any Asian market down the street here, I like to use the one YZ. Last thing I'm going to add are these beautiful scallions, green onions. I like to add these very last because I still like a bite of green onion, okay? A little flip. Good. Heat done. Okay? Back to the sauce, D. All this goodness. It's ready to go. Alright? Watch this magic. Pour your crispy, crispy pork in here. You cut off the heat. And you just let that sauce coat it. Get a little closer, D, if you can, without the steam. I just want the folks at home to see how nice and coated that is. Cool. All right, friends. So now, I'm going to plate them separately into bowls, and then we're going to do a composed plate. Ooh, it smells like really good Chinese takeout food right now. The restaurant. And if you want to get fancy, you have sesame seeds. Go like this. Okay? That's all we're doing. Boom. That's one component. Next up, got the greens. It just smells so good, like those waters, that water spinach. And you see how, even though it's been cooking, like the stem held up, so it's gonna give a nice bite to this dish. So right now, the amount that I cooked, you know, it's just Danielle and I at home. This probably would feed us maybe 4 meals, you know, which is good. If you have a family of 4, this would probably be, you know, your meal for the night, okay? So, last but not least, we're gonna get a little fancy and add an egg. Instead of adding just any old egg to your dish, I decided to grab some quail eggs. Okay, I'm going to show you a special technique on how to crack open a quail egg, friends. Okay, I'm going to put a little oil in here. You can use butter, you can use ghee. I'm using a non-stick pan right here because quail eggs are very, very delicate. Okay, got that going? All right, quail eggs, very, very, I mean, it's gentle, but it's kind of like, I don't know, the membrane underneath in the quail egg is fairly thick, so what I like to do is I like to take a paring knife or any knife, use the very bottom, okay? And I like to just tap. And it's actually cutting through the membrane. Okay? Once I do that, I like to crack it into a ramekin. Just like that, okay? From there, then I go ahead and pour it in my pan. Some shell got in there, but it's okay. It's so delicate. See how it's coming up? I just typically like to move it off the heat. I like to, you see, I like to poke the white just to get it cooked, because you don't, that yolk is gonna cook so fast. So I don't like a slimy white yolk, so what I like to do is take my spatula and just poke the yolk. Sorry, the white part. To me, this is done. We're ready to go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and hold this on my spatula. And we're gonna plate. All right, my cheat sheets. So I have some jasmine rice going already. I like a rice cooker. I grew up with one. I don't ever cook rice on the stove top. I don't boil it. I use a rice cooker. I just find that the flavor comes out more, and you can walk away from it, okay? So we have a little bit of rice. Okay. Sweet and sour pork. All right. Get your greens, bitter melons, shiitakes, daikon, sweet choy, yellow zucchini, okay. Next up, the gut health. Ooh. The gut health is so good, it just exploded. All right, take some of this kimchi. I'm gonna put it right on top of my rice, right here. I'm gonna wipe my counter. Okay, and I'm gonna take this quail egg, put it right on top of the kimchi. Last but not least, I'm gonna take some sesame seeds, friends, and just put it over my whole plate. There we have it. Chong eats literally live. Things exploding, things on fire, things frying, things are good. Here it is, friends.
Everything from the market.
Everything from the market except for the rice, the ginger, and the condiments. Composed dish. Alright? Pork, Dry Ridge Farms. Vegetables from 10 Mile. Cressman Farms, Lee's One Fortune. Kimchi from Sweet Brine. Here we go. Alright, friends. So, happy Saturday. ASAP Chef Challenge. Go ahead. You have 2 more Saturdays to shop to submit your photo, tagging all the people. Go to my page. Go to the beginning of this video. I'll kind of merge the two because I know we had a little heat wave come through and stop us. And yeah, tag us August 3rd. ASAP will go ahead and pick a winner, and you're gonna get $40. And I hope to see you at the market. And I can't wait to see y'all's dishes. All right, friends, let's continue to spread more knowledge and love. Peace.